today. Nathan Emery joins us here on Hayes TV. Nathan, good evening.
Good evening, Tom. You alright, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. How are things for you at the moment? Obviously, with the break and the way the season's ended quite prematurely.
Yeah, it's alright, mate. Bit wounded about the season finishing because I actually thought we had a real chance, especially finishing strong with the teams we had left to play. But it is what it is, isn't it? We just all stay together and have a good pre-season and go again next year.
It's been a bit of an up and down season. Obviously, you've only joined the club in 2020, much like myself. So, just how would you assess this year since joining the club on a personal level and from a team perspective?
From a personal view, I think after about a month of signing, I think I've done all right since I've come in. I think give my part to the team. As a team, I just think we're getting better, and the aspirations were to go up, weren't they? We had a bad result against Bamber Bridge. Let's not talk about that. But since after the Shelley game, I thought something had turned again, but then this happened with the coronavirus and everyone's froze, aren't they? We're all locked down.
It's been quite a good season. Obviously, there is a degree of inconsistency, but I put that down to obviously the management team have come in, we've changed things around, players have come in, players have come out. It's been a bit unstable if you look at it like that. Obviously, Matt came in the back end of the year as a joint manager, then he got the job full time at the start of the year, brought a whole host of names in it. I mean, in his first game in charge, there was 6 debuts in that game, including the likes of yourself coming in. But is it all about next season? It's keeping that stability there, trying to keep as many players as we can from this season, and maybe adding a few names in there. And with that stability, will come consistent results, I feel.
Yeah, I think if we keep the team we've got, literally every single one of us, maybe bring in 2 additions in just to keep the competition for places. I honestly don't see anything else except promotion with the way we've been playing. Like, the togetherness in the team is mega, mate. Honestly, I'm missing it. Like, I wake up in the morning, especially now with this coronavirus, and all I want to do is go and play football with them. Literally.
Yeah, it's such a great team spirit and a very tight unit. I speak to several people now, and they all say exactly the same thing. That the dressing room, there's banter flying left, right, and centre. But when it comes down to 3:00 on a Saturday, your heads are switched right on.
Yeah, when there's even in the warm up, like you can have a little. I don't really like it, but you can have a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Bit of banter there and here and there. But as soon as you cross that white line on at 3:00, I've got everyone's back, and the opposition are my enemies. Do you know what I mean? That's how I see it anyway. Like, and anyone on my team, if anything happens, I'm straight there. Do you know what I mean? I've got the back. They've got my back. That's how I want to feel when I'm on a football pitch. Do you know what I mean? I want to feel like my team is a team. And that's how it feels at Hayes. It's good.
It is quite a young group of players, but there's several leaders out there on the pitch. Several, as you say, players who will fight for each other and fight for the shirt, because I know Barney said last week that there's not much competition for places because it's not a big squad, but with the names he's bringing in and the names you've already got at the club, there might be a fight for some places next season.
Yeah, and I think that's good. Competition's always healthy. You know, so like it happens in warm up. Sometimes you can get a niggle. It's happened to me a few times since joining Hayes. My groin's just gone a bit too tight in the warm up. But when you've got like Dan Vinton there, who can just step in if he's not playing already, it gives a lot of confidence to the team. That it doesn't really matter if one of us drops out because we've got the quality on the bench to step up.
In terms of individual quality as well, Nathan, there's so many names there that can win a game for you. I mean, just look at Will Shawcross, the sort of form he's been in. Yourself winning the Player of the Month award last month. So, in terms of individual talent, you can't write us off winning any game of football.
No, not at all. And even players like Dan touched on him as well. Fran is honest. I think he's one of the best strikers in the league. He gives you something completely different. Like that's what all our strikers are like that. I think that we've got. Jack Coops gives you something different. Reece gives you something different.
It's all about having those options available to you, isn't it? Rather than relying on one player to put the ball in the net or several midfielders to set up the play. There's so many different dimensions. If one dimension isn't working, you can switch to the next dimension.
Yeah, there's goals all over the pitch. Even I think Jacob was top scorer until Jack signed on like 8 or something. That centre back. Fellas always gets a few every season. I've scored twice this season, and that never happens, you know. And then like with Jamie coming in, when Jamie's on his days, it can be unplayable sometimes.
Yeah, I have heard a lot of good things about Jamie, and the gaffer's keen to keep him on for next season, as he is with the majority of the players. And I can see everyone playing next season. Really, obviously with it's unfortunate what happened to Reece, obviously joining the club, scoring a few goals there, and then having this bad injury. He's still trying to recover from that injury. Obviously, you said that we didn't really want to mention the Bamber Bridge game, but you can't really take that result into any sort of context, really, because we played a team, 3 divisions above us. I must admit that, I don't know if you feel the same or not, but perhaps there was a slight hangover in the Emery game. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think that against Bamber Bridge, it was just disheartening, you know. Every time they had a chance, it just went in, you know, and it was unfortunate. And that was the worst defeat I've ever had in football, and it was, honestly, I was still upset weeks later, you know.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed. And playing against Emery, again, we went 1-0 down where we shouldn't have, but if we score that penalty, and honestly, I think that game's completely different. I think we go on and win that. But then we missed that penalty, and literally they go straight up the other end and score. And they were 2-0 down, it's half time, and it was just a bad day at the office that day.
Yeah, obviously we spoke about Matt taking over officially at the start of the year, bringing in several names, handing debuts out left, right and centre, new captain, new vice-captain. It took a completely different look to the team. Do you feel that Matt is close to assembling the team that he wanted from when he first took over in terms of depth and strength of the squad?
Well, yeah, Matt rang me when he first got it officially and told me what he wanted. He wanted to bring players in that he knew he could trust, that he knew what was going to get out of them. And he did that, and then once he got the results in, the more players came in, and now I think we're literally, like I said before, 1 or 2 players away from being ready to show something next year proper. Like, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with next year, 100%. People won't want to play us.
So let's just touch on your relationship with Matt, obviously, because you've known Matt a long time. You're very close. You live close to each other. Obviously, you played under him previously. Just what would you say about him as a man manager and as a person to be around on and off the pitch?
He's sound, Matt. Really sound. He's not a manager to bollock you, you know. And sometimes I like that, you know. Like if I've done wrong, I need telling. Even though I know it myself, sometimes you need that kick up the arse, you know what I mean? But Matt, it takes a lot for Matt to give you that, and I think that's good. A lot of players don't like the kick up the arse, do you know what I mean? And yeah, he's really good like that, Matt. Really good. Sound guy, good manager, knows what he wants, tells you one thing, doesn't always happen, do you know what I mean? But that's like all managers.
Yeah, so in terms of the season itself, if you look across from August till March, there's been some great runs, hasn't there? We've gone on maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 games unbeaten. Then there's just been that one-off defeat, that one-off day where we've not performed. In the game against AFC Liverpool, that 3-0 defeat, several players have told me that they just weren't up for it at all.
Look, AFC Liverpool was, yeah, I remember that. Jamie, we was all buzzing for it. Jamie really got himself up for it, and then I think he mentioned it when he was on. He just lost his head a bit, but again, I don't think we deserve to lose that game 3-0. If anything, a draw would have been a fair result because I thought we battered them.
I mentioned stability before. It's just a case of now keeping the same players and adding some strength and depth, and we're fine for next season.
I think that's literally it. Yeah, our squad's definitely strong enough now to win the league, but if 2-3 injuries, and that affects us massively, you know. So I think it's about getting a stable squad that's going to stick together no matter what. Like, no one likes sitting on the bench, do you know what I mean? I'm the first one to say it, like, I hate it. But for a league winning side, you need them players, you know. You need to wait your turn, rotate, and once you get your shirt, then you keep it, obviously. I think where we're at now, 2-3 more players sorted. Don't want to be too confident, do you know what I mean? But
so let's just hear about a bit more about you, Nathan. Obviously, you play for several clubs, Baycup Borough, played at Barlick with Matt. But you've played quite a bit of semi-pro football in Australia as well. Tell us more about that.
I went travelling with former mates and went to play in Australia for Sydney United. unfortunately, my nan got ill, so I couldn't complete the season out there. So I came home and stayed with her until she went. That's why it didn't stay out there. I had to come home. It was good experience. Do you know what I mean? Playing in 40 odd degree heat's a different experience. Something hard to get used to when you're from England. But yeah, it was good, mate. Good experience. The game's a lot slower out there. Dicko coached my team in the same league, obviously different times. But yeah, I prefer English football, to be honest, mate. You know, they're a bit soft out there. Don't like a tackle.
It must be great to have on your CV though, knowing that you've gone out there, you've played well and held your own, and come back and a stronger player.
Yeah, at first I weren't really holding my own. You know, like they weren't letting me in. You know, the players, because I was English. Like it was hard at first, but once you break them barriers, you know, it was good, and it was a good experience to play that level out there. But there's nothing like playing football on a Saturday in England for me. You know, no matter what league, what level, just getting out there on a Saturday in the rain. I love it, mate. Love it.
So we mentioned there about previous clubs we played for. I know I've spoke to you before, and you've said your best game really hasn't come out yet. You feel that you've got that extra 10%, 20% to give. Just tell us more about next season, what your hopes and aspirations are for the next year.
Well, I'm going to have a full season for one. When I first signed at Hayes, I weren't 70% match fit. I still don't think I've been 100% fit since I've been here. So I'm going to give myself, especially with this, like being on lockdown, I'm going to get as fit as I can get, have a good pre-season, and next season we'll be flying. And I think for a personal point, if I get myself as fit as I know I can be, no one's touching me.
So obviously, last month you picked up the Prestwich H Player of the Month award. Just a proud moment there for you after a hard-working month. You on a personal note and the team.
Yeah, it's nice. I don't play football, you know, to get these recognitions, but it's always nice to get that. It's really nice to get it, and especially from when the fans are voting, it's a nice feeling. But I do it for the team. You know, I give my all. Like when I signed, Matt knows me. He knows that I'll give 100% every game. Even if I'm injured, I'll give 100%. That's why I get I'm a bit of a hothead when I play, but that's why, because I see players who maybe have that bit more natural ability than me, but giving 30%, when you step over that line, you give 100%. Do you know what I mean? Until you can't give any more, and then that's when you come off.
I think that is what makes us one of the best sides in the league. Just sheer work rate and determination of the players. And as you say, if you see a player not giving 100%, then you'll let them know. And that's what's good, because every single player is as passionate as each other. And if they don't give that 100%, as the gaffer said himself, then they won't play. That's
exactly.
As
they know as soon as the game's finished and we've said our word in the changing room after the game, then it's left there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to carry things over.
No.
But on that pitch, we give 110% from the first whistle to the last whistle, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's all about win, as I said before, winning as a team, losing as a team, and over the course of the season, we've had some great wins, and then again we've had the odd off day, but I'd say over 90% of the season it's been positive. We've had some great wins. Is there any memorable moments over the course of the season since joining Hayes? Any result that stands out the most?
The first game I signed, you know, when you would say the Steaton game, when there was 6 debuts, anything could have happened that day. We could have got spanked. Do you know what I mean? We could have turned up and got rolled over big time. But just even on the coach on the way up there, there was something we knew we had something special. Do you know what I mean? I'd only met everyone once, and I felt like I'd known them 10 years. And then we go out there, a bit of a kerfuffle happened on the pitch with Joe, and literally 15 of us, all of us there, you know, and that settles in good stead to kick us on. That proved something that day, you know. We've got something here. Like everyone had each other's back. It was good to see. It's good to be a part of. And
I think the gaffer should take huge credit for what he's done this year. Obviously, after getting the job full time, bringing in the staff, bringing in the players that have come in, as you say, they click straight away. And it is quite a young group of players, but one that a group of players that will fight for each other, and there's so much talent there. I mean, obviously, you know Brad Sixsmith quite well prior to
Yeah,
coming.
class,
So you've got a healthy relationship with all the boys there, the Reece Lindens that have come in, like you say, different types of forward. Jack Coop, 29 goals this season? Outrageous.
Yeah, and I played with Coop at Barnoldswick as well. He's class, Coop, class finisher. When he's in front of goal, rarely misses, doesn't he?
Every striker, every forward's different to each other, and that can really work because you can bring on the likes of Jack and the likes of Reece Linden, and they all offer something different. Or you could have
Jack playing, and then you could bring Reece on, and you know what you're getting from him, but the opposition might not. Do you know what I mean? And it switches the game up, gives you something else, gives them something to think about, and we know how dangerous we can be. But Reece gives us so much more.
Yeah. And obviously, looking from the outside, the Bamber Bridge game, especially in the second half, where the game was already lost, to be fair, but when Reece came on, he really did offer a new dimension, and we created a few chances after that.
Yeah, he does. He holds the ball up very well and brings other people into the game better than probably all of our strikers. That's why he's there. But that's Reece's game more than, say, Coop's game, where he wants the ball to his feet.
Obviously, the manager's brought a few players in, as we say, there's quite a few players joined the club who have played for Barlick or have played for teams that Matt has managed.
You know what you're getting with Matt, and he's sound, and he knows what he wants, and he'll get it. And once he's got it, it's a good foundation. It's solid, and that's what we've got now. And like we've touched on before, one or two more additions, and I think he's got a team to really do something next year.
Yeah, and it's a great team spirit at Prestwich. You've mentioned that, but let's just talk quickly about the team as a whole, the history of the club, the people that work behind the scenes that don't really get spoken about. It's just a great club to be a part of.
Oh, it's class. I actually played for Prestwich when I was like under 12s or something.
Yeah.
When I was a kid. I've got a picture actually on my wall there. Yeah, the fans and all the volunteers at the club they're class. Even to the tea ladies, they do anything for everyone. Anything for anyone even. Really good tight-knit club. Everyone gets on with each other. They'll do anything for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, when we get there on night gate, they're like, when the pitch has been 50-50, and we've gone down there, a few of the players, to sort the pitch out, and there's already volunteers there doing it. You know, it's what non-league's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, the fans have been fantastic. I mentioned the Bamber game. The fans were singing at 9-0 down. They've travelled all the way to Cleator Moor, watch the boys, but they do have quite an input, and they are quite passionate about what they're saying. But they're adamant
they're very vocal.
They're passionate that if the players give 110%, they're not bothered about the result. They just want to see the players give their all and fight for the shirt.
And that's all you want as a fan. When you watch football, that's all you want when you're watching your team. Give 110%, try your best. Sometimes you can try your best and give 100%, and you can be crap. You know, sometimes you can have them days. They're acceptable sometimes. But when you're not giving 100%, they've got every right to give you. They can say whatever they want to you. Do you know what I mean? They're paying to watch it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few fans last week, and they had plenty to say about yourself. Obviously, you're passionate about the club. You give 110% every week. You're very vocal. So just how would you assess your game and the way you've played personally this season?
I'm an energetic wing-back. Love to get stuck in. You know, never shy away from a tackle.
It's good that you're so vocal as well, because when you see other players not performing, you'll be the first to remind them, and it really does give them a kick. You mentioned that people needed a kick up the backside, then that's what your teammates are there for, to carry each other through it, and you're a prime example of that.
Yeah, and I don't do that to be a dick or to try and put someone down. I do that because I know how good they are, you know. So when I see them not performing, it's like, I've seen you do better than this. That's the only reason. I'm not like, you crap. It's like, you can be so much better, you know. Stop playing like that. Stop getting in your head. Come on. You need players like that in a team, you know. Some people won't speak at all. But like Reece, for example, very, very vocal in the changing room. Dan, Jacob scares me sometimes, actually.
But you need those type of people, and interesting. That's what carries you through a game. It's not solely up to the management team to bark orders at you and scream at you. It's about helping each other through it. And when you see people who you know can play well not performing, just remind them of the duties and what they're here to do.
And then how good they actually are. You know, like, you're not here because you can't do it. We all know you can do it, so it's just about hitting it when you get out there.
So yeah, Nathan, a final word for the fans listening to the show, for their support this season, and a few words about next season.
Yeah, just thanks for all your support. Can't wait to see you all next year, and next year is going to be special, definitely. So let's get Aidy Moran Park packed out and have a good season.
Nathan, thanks for being a part of Hayes TV. It's been fantastic to speak to you.
My pleasure, Tom. Thanks a lot, mate.